And how much do you wanna feed your camp? How much do you wanna see people champ? Swing like you got a thing to lose. It's the ESPC. Beat them neatly. Titles of every industry.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
Time for our tale of the tape. First up, Jake Paul, 185 centimeters tall with a reach of 193 centimeters. And facing him here is this man, Alexander Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. There's a counter shot. That one went out. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. No rest for the weary. Missing with that right hook. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he misses with that straight left. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
To slow down. Punch, counter punch. Stumbling around on Bambi legs. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Misses with the straight left. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Good job working.
Listen, we switched off. What we're doing.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Beautiful counter shot. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with that hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. So much firepower here. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They miss with the jab. It's bombs away. Well done with that counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Catch and shoot. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
And we may see an early stoppage here. Jake Paul goes down. Let's see that again.
That's lights out right there.
Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe, breathe. Just get your breath back. Just.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that way. That's his round.
And there's the bell for round three. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
The jab not finding its target. Right hook catching air. The straight right just misses. They exchange punches. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he blows you down.
Stamina is off the charts. Good counter punching. You don't want to trade shots. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Oh, that punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He threw a punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
Get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you...
Okay, I'm happy you like that round. Good work. You were thinking. You were smart.
Man, what you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on.
Good work. Don't forget the jab. And don't get carried away. Think.
What was that? What are you doing? Come on. You're switching off. That's a...
And there's the bell for round 4. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
A perfect counter shot. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The big Ukrainian in big trouble. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to...
You can see there's blood, and the referee's going to take a good look at it. So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Holding nothing back here in the round. Can't score with that right uppercut. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They're both trying for a knockout. Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat battery like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. I'm from a different life, different time, energies, flows, vibes. I'm from a different life, different time, energies, flows, vibes. They couldn't top this. Winning team going crazy, it's like a mosh pit. Lonely at the top, don't give what it's costing. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. He is smoke.
This bout is scheduled for 50.
We've waited a long time for this fight. Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. Good counter punching. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You are fighting the Swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that Swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Not throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. Gonna shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When you're training to fight a Swarmer, Johnny, you know this better than anybody. You have got to be in peak physical condition because they're not going to let you breathe.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best Swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. It's Rocky Marciano who hits a counter punch. The courage on display here is incredible. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Catch and shoot. The right hook just missed. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away.
Here we go. It's round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and start it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Frazier is in trouble again. How is Frazier still standing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
It all comes down to what you can do on the inside.
You cannot beat a good old-fashioned long jab. Nobody can get past that.
That right hook catching air. And that hook misses. And negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. The straight right just misses. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That hook doesn't score. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Beautiful counter shot. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Rocky Marciano in trouble. Do you believe this? What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Come on, you're letting back into the fight. You must
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Perfect counter lands. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
It's the one who draws first blood, Ted. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A perfect counter shot. Misses with that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Rocky Marciano was supposed to be the one knocking this guy out. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What they're going to do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Their vision is being impaired, no doubt about it, but is the referee going to stop it here? And the referee's going to allow him to fight. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights. How about that time counter shot? Holding nothing back here in the round. Nice counter shot. Are we about to witness history? The great Rocky Marciano in serious trouble. A much better game plan here.
Not caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Only catching air with that hook. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
We have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. That uppercut does not score. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Straight right just misses. They exchange punches. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to fight.
And you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Is Frazier in trouble? Is this the beginning of the end for this legend? Frazier finally answering back.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take the round.
Nice work. Good round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? I need you to switch back on. Get focused. Get your...
And there's the bell to start round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Nobody home with that hook. Punch, counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time he throws a punch, a receiver. Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded...
My castle of sand, waiting on a battle sword, handle all in my hand. The war force is mortal with my door with demands, more important than the fortune that you poured in my pan. From freestyling to recording advance, can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should've put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants. Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course, but when you hold a culture, you can't. Can't parkour over a part, you gotta march forth over your art. And for your fans, when you corner, gotta shorten your stance. Lessen your tails, Philly shell, don't orbit a dance. You hit a bell, then report to the band and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand, talented all along. Think we're fortresses.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. And he is the great.
This bout.
All the talking has been. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? These punches coming from every angle. They both want the knockout. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Good straight to the body. Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punch. Got him there. Left uppercut doesn't score. Straight right just misses. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Good punch. Which one of these athletes is going to say I can't take it anymore? Very competitive round with 10. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice. The corner might be thinking about stopping it here.
Unbelievable heart.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Knocked down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over. There's a counter shot. The straight right just misses. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. A perfect counter lands. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Hard. Look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain, not a brain.
Perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. His stamina is off the charts. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Straight right just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Got out of the way that right hook. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
He's a big underdog, but he's coming out swinging. The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
And And he wasn't ready for that counter punch.
Nice right hook.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Good work. That's it. Good.
Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just...
Whoa, the greatest! Muhammad Ali is down! Do you believe it? I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Nice exchange here from both men. Both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
That hook won't score. Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
It's all offense all the time. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. Both want a knockout, you can tell. Missing with the hook. Punch, counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with it.
There's the bell to start round 5. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know he's...
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it?
Hey, are you all right? Are you okay?
So that's that. The referee's made his judgment, and we carry on. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Both men step back. Hold it right there. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way.
Oh my God, Johnny! Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Get your mind back. Get your focus back. Get that jab back. Just boxing. Beat.
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Let's start the sixth. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Tried to score. Hold that thought! That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your blood.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
He's up, but for how long? Look at him. On the heels. Look at there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Big shot, and down goes Ali. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
I need to see that again.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You all right?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. The referee determines that we're good, and we will continue to fight. Trying to land that jab. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Hold it right there! If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. They've avoided catastrophe there.
King Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Both men promised to knock their opponent down, and they were right in that round.
And they were heavy knockdowns too.
Come on, you're going back into this. You're better than this, kid. Don't back out.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. Feel good?
Here we go, it's round 7. How do you score the last round, Johnny, as both of these fighters went to the canvas?
That is showing the fitness, that is showing the stamina, that is showing the hard work done in the gym. If you can get knocked down and get back up and knock your opponent down, they've got it.
That punch landed. Nice counter shot. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
This fighter... Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
Just like another like TKO, it's Teddy Pendergrass over. TKO is spot on.